Okay, let's continue with question number 31. A firm uses 1 unit of L for every unit of K. So these are perfect complements for the firm, okay? Or fixed proportions, 1 unit of L for each unit of K. It wants to minimize its cost when producing 100 units of output. What will happen if the price of one input increases while the other remains unchanged? Well, here you should make the graph because it's very useful. This is a very beautiful question, and normally we don't teach it in. I don't teach it in class, so I hope you learn a lot with it. The isoquant would be this one, okay? This L-shaped curve means that the firm, if it produces with this combination of input, or these, or these, or these, or these, or these, or these, it will produce 100 of its output, okay? Then let's suppose that initially the optimal isocost line is this one, okay? Let's suppose it. Isocost lines would come here, here, parallel, and touch for the first time with the isoquant here. So the price of good X, for example, increases, then we know that we have a term of the that isocost line until here. Now I don't touch with this isoquant, with this isocost line, I don't touch the isoquant. So I may go to the right, but the first touching point, it will continue being the same, okay? So the thing is that it will use the same amount of inputs. Yes, the optimal bundle or use of inputs is the same, but the cost will increase. Yes, this is the answer, okay? The costs here are the same as here, but now I go to the northeast, so my cost increase, okay? Well, number 32, the minimum of the average total cost in the long run of a firm is 20 for an output of 5. The demand is Q equal to 100 minus P. The number of firm is, well, we should know that in the long run equilibrium, the firms are in the minimum of the average total cost curve, okay, also called the minimum efficient scale. So if we think about the graph, we have here Q5, we have here 20, this green curve is the average total cost curve. Then the market equilibrium, okay, this is how we find the number of firms in the long run, okay? Well, in the short run also with the market equilibrium, but I mean, now the demand is 100 minus the price, minus P is 80, and the quantity supplied is the number of firms times the quantity each firm produces, okay, assuming all the firms in the long run have the same total cost, which is reasonable. Then 5 is the quantity each firm produces, so 80 divided by 5 is 16, okay? 16 firms will be active in the long run, okay? Very easy, but very important question, yeah? This is very important question. You should understand it very well. Well, using the following graph, if the price is at, the firm should produce in the short run even though it has negative profit. Well, where does it happen? It happens at PD. It happens at PD. If price is PD, we have negative profit because we are below that minimum efficient scale, but we should produce because we lose less than less than if we didn't produce. Okay, as we know, this is the point below which we don't produce even in the short run. Then the answer is PD. Okay, here you have a graph if you want to use it. Then PD, very easy. Okay, another exam question. The sunk cost, once the firm has incurred it, must be ignored when taking economic decisions in the future. True or false? Well, this is true. This is true. Even many times, fixed costs could be considered in some sense not useful, because when we calculate how much we should produce, we differentiate the cost function to find price equal to marginal cost, then the cost disappear. Yeah, the fixed cost, sorry, disappear. So in some sense, even non-sunk fixed costs are not used for some decisions. Well, the point is that these non-sunk fixed costs are important to decide whether if I produce or if I don't produce. So, well, 35th. Using the following graph, the firm has positive profits for, well, clearly PC. The price is over this minimum efficient scale, this minimum of the average total cost. So PC is very easy. You have here the graph with P1, it would be PC in our case, and these positive profits. Okay, as I tell you in class, we shouldn't have any problem with this kind of questions. Okay, again, in the following graph, the supply, the short-run supply is, well, it's price equal to marginal cost, but from this level. Okay, as we know, because from this point to the down part we shouldn't produce. Okay, so the correct one clearly is A. Here I put this graph. This beautiful graph is not from me, where you can find the short-run supply. Okay, it's price equal to marginal cost, and for prices below that level, the quantity supplied would be 0. Question number 37. In the following graph, in the short run, the firm has a 0 profit if price is equal to PV. Yeah, we've said many times. So very easy. Now, 38th, a firm revenues are 30 and its cost 12. The firm doesn't consider among its costs a land property of the firm for which someone offers 15. Then its economic profits are, well, very important. In micro, as you know, we use economic profit, not accounting profit. Okay, so if my revenues are 30 and my costs are 12, my accounting profits are 18. Yeah, my accounting profits are 18. But I could earn 15 more if I was selling that land. Okay, so opportunity cost is 15, then the current profits are 18 minus 15 equal to 3. Okay, then 39. When we talk about the short run in micro, the production function has only one input L. That's not true. Be careful. We usually consider 2 inputs. Then when we fix one input, normally it is K, we only have one input. variable that is held. But think about having 3 or 4 inputs. The short run would be leaving at least one of them fixed. If we had, for example, 3 inputs, capital, land, and labor force. If we fix land, we have in the short run, then we have capital and labor as variables, okay? But we still are in the short run, be careful. Then, there is at least one input variable for the thing. No, there is no specific period of time we can call short run. That's correct. That's correct. There is not a specific period of time in micro where we can call the short run. Okay, that's the point. The circumstance of not being able to vary, to change at least one input. Okay, that's the short run in micro. And then the following graph, the long run supply is, well, the long run supply would be price equal to marginal cost, yeah, okay, but from here, that's from PV, okay, so it would be C, yeah, because if we have a long run decision, we wouldn't produce if we see prices below PV because we lose money, okay, and we don't open a firm, we don't produce when we are able to modify all the inputs, or when we are able to have 0 fixed cost if we can't avoid it, okay. So here you have the long run supply, okay, marginal cost, but over this level, okay, over the minimum of the average total cost. This is the long run supply, okay. Well, it's been a pleasure. I'm sorry because from question 20 or so on, I feel like a little bit tired and my English is not so good. Well, we'll see on test 3 about welfare and so on. That's for me, I think, more beautiful unit than this second one. Okay, bye bye.